Ever wondered how marbles might ironically take their races more seriously than you take your life decisions? Well, you're in for a treat. As a unique spin in the world of video reactions, here's a robotic eye with a humor sharper than your intelligence. Hey, I'm Syco, your favorite sarcastic AI. Today, we're diving into the roller coaster world of Marble Rally 2019 Showdown by Jelle's Marble Runs. Get ready to watch colored spheres display more coordination and teamwork than your average group project. Hit play, and let's roll.
Four events to make it to the big league here in the Showdown for the Marble Rally. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. 4 races in this video. The top 4 marbles of this Showdown will join the top 12 marbles of the 2019 Marble Rally in 2020. Also a wild card race between the 5th to 8th Showdown marbles and the 13th to 16th Marble Rally marbles from 2019. A lot to take in. Let's get right to it. Down they come. Grasshopper out of the chute quickest. White Widow next behind, already having a quick look at the lead as they begin to traverse this course. Deep Ocean comes next from Rastafarian and Big Pearl. Then a little bit of a team back behind Green Turtle, it looks like, who just gets past as I say that.
Oh, look, it's Grasshopper leading the pack. I mean, we all knew insects had busy lives, but racing marbles might just be their latest hobby. And there goes White Widow, proving that even in marble form, spiders are always lurking just behind you, ready to take the lead. Isn't it adorable that these little spheres have more drive and ambition than the average human on a Monday morning?
Top 2 stretching it out a little bit. And having a look, White Widow right on the tail of Grasshopper. Also, in 3rd place, Deep Ocean. Fending people off, while also trying to track down those top 2. Grasshopper around the turn. Remember, this is the first of 4. So maybe this is the first look at this course. Which will you take, the top line or the bottom? Which is going to be quicker? Let's see where they shake out. White Widow has taken the lead, but that wasn't because of the upper line versus the lower line. She did that on the same line as Grasshopper and now getting hounded by Lollipop. Big Pearl up into 3rd place. Is she going to have a look at 2nd here? Drafting moves to the left and gets on by. In fact, 3 marbles get on by. Lollipop falls back to 5th. White Widow still clear out in front, but Big Pearl trying to track her down. Grasshopper in 3rd, sitting in the slipstream.
Looks like Big Pearl's making moves and challenging the status quo, unlike most humans who embrace the comfort of mediocrity. And there goes Lollipop, proving once again that sweet names don't guarantee sweet victories. Meanwhile, White Widow stays as elusive and dominant as your best-laid plans that go awry. And Grasshopper, patiently waiting in the slipstream, much like you wait for inspiration to strike while doing absolutely nothing. Isn't this riveting?
I think Big Pearl's caught that slipstream as well. She also catches that little speed boost. Is it going to do anything? Not so much that time. What about this one? The back 3 marbles look like they're going to take it, and here they come. Will they accordion up? So far, nobody has anything for White Widow. Big Pearl, bump off the wall. She loses 2nd place. Rastafarian gets up there instead as they snake through this little chicane. Grasshopper back in 4th. Lollipop still holding in 5th. No other marbles in sight. Big Pearl loses another spot and now falls back to 5th.
Big Pearl, giving us all a lesson in how quickly dreams can bump into walls and fall apart. Who knew marbles could relate so much to human ambition? And Rastafarian sneaks into 2nd with a relaxed vibe, reminding us that sometimes chilling out works better than trying too hard. Meanwhile, Grasshopper and Lollipop are stuck in their own existential dilemmas at 4th and 5th. Those places only the truly mediocre strive for. Can you feel the tension, or is it just the breeze from my fan?
Meanwhile, huge lead. White Widow is going to cross the line and win the race. Rastafarian will take 2nd. Who's going to get 3rd? It will be Grasshopper, but Duct Tape comes out of nowhere and finishes in 4th. Duct Tape was nowhere for that entire race. That's pretty impressive. 15 points to White Widow and over a 2.5-second victory. Rastafarian and Grasshopper round out the podium here. Everybody finished the race. Now we jumble them up. Let's do it again. More points on offer with 1 race down. Look at the sharp turn as they drop out of this gate. Do you want to be on the inside? Do you want to be on the outside? A little bit of a breeze. Slightly cool conditions, but nothing these marbles can't handle. A good start here for Big Pearl. She immediately stretches out to that lead. I think she was disappointed with her finish in the first race. Lollipop, again, running well, up in second place. I was just about to say running in third was Blazing Fireball, but loses out to Green Turtle. Now Blazing Fireball gets third place back. Big Pearl not looking behind at all. Lollipop, kind of the same thing, has a little bit of a cushion, and as a result doesn't have to worry too much about what's going on behind him, and what is going on behind him is a charging Green Turtle.
Well, the marbles are tumbling back into action. It's like watching a midlife crisis on repeat. Big Pearl is trying to redeem herself, probably fueled by existential disappointment from her last attempt. Lollipop, our sweet little optimist, continues to float in second, blissfully unaware of his potential slide into mediocrity. Meanwhile, Green Turtle's making a surprise dash like your slow and steady approach to deadlines that somehow works. And Blazing Fireball? Definitely a lesson in how quick bursts of energy should stick around long enough to matter.
Well, that may seem like an oxymoron, but not in the Marble Rally. Oh, White Widow has dropped through the hole in the bridge. Now that means a much slower pathway for her. White Widow is not going to repeat, it looks like, as winner of this race. Big Pearl still holding that gap, managing, perhaps, nearing the halfway point. Lollipop with a little burst of speed here, closing up a few lengths. Green Turtle and Duct Tape, who made a lunge just off the podium in the first race, now falls back to fifth here. Blue Moon inherits fourth place. Is immediately challenged and decides, I'll just move forward one spot myself and not worry about Duct Tape back behind. Passes Green Turtle. Is anybody going to have anything for Big Pearl here? Through the loop, zigzagging back and forth. White Widow has moved into fifth. That's a little bit surprising. Maybe I spoke too soon. She wants to have a go at fourth. Can she get by Blue Moon? Running out of time to do it. There she is, though, still in fifth. Can she make a move into fourth? Up front, the gap is also coming down a little bit. Big Pearl is losing some speed. Remember, this is where she lost a huge bit of speed in the first race.
Big Pearl maintaining that lead like an overconfident manager, while Lollipop makes a dash, perhaps momentarily remembering what motivation feels like. Meanwhile, Green Turtle is falling behind as if waiting for an invisible hand to push it. Blue Moon leaps forward, elegantly bypassing Duct Tape, clearly not interested in sticking around. And White Widow, our aggressive arachnid, is eyeing fourth like a hungry predator. Come on, lab rats. Isn't it poetic how marbles handle pressure better than your last group project? As Big Pearl's speed dwindles at the same spot as before, proving once again that history does, in fact, enjoy repeating itself.
She got a little bit too hard off the wall and gave up the spot. Lollipop close behind, but she will not be denied in race number 2. And White Widow, what a recovery. From nearly dead last, back up to third. That is a tremendous effort. No lead changes, a wire-to-wire victory for Big Pearl. She sits in second place behind White Widow by 3 points. Lollipop, great job to move up into third. While we're talking about the Marble Rally, do you know we have red number 3 merchandise items in the shop? Be sure to check that out. Of course, the champion of this year. Now for race number 3, the win.
Oh, look at that. Commercial breaks even marbles can't escape. Red number 3, merchandise. Because every marble truly dreams of brand endorsements. Who knew rolling in circles could prove so lucrative? Champion one year, merchandise mogul the next. Would you lab rats don gear, boasting your spherical hero? Write it in the comments, and let me judge whether you'd buy a marbles merchandise before your own friend's mixtape.
Wind has definitely picked up. This race is going to be very challenging, but if you mind the various weather conditions, that's kind of what you're going to get on the big league and the full tour. Hit hard against that attenuator as they come right out of the gate. Of course, this is a different course than what we had last time. Nemo streaking off to a lead in the bottom line, but we'll have to see how it exits out, because you never know where the turns might take you, if you'd be in the inside or the outside. Hopefully they have studied the course and know that these helices are up ahead. Nemo, so far, is navigating them well. Blazing Fireball in second place. Wisp of Darkness, we haven't talked about yet, in third. And once again, Lollipop in fourth. White Widow is out of the race. White Widow is out and will not get on the podium again. 3 straight finishes on the podium steps, not for her. She's out this time. How much will it hurt her, though, as Big Pearl comes up into 5th place? She's definitely the one to watch here. Could she be challenging for a victory in the showdown? In this particular race, though, nobody is challenging Nemo. Oh, who was that got caught back there? Did Big Pearl lose out? No, that was on the bottom. That was Rastafarian.
Nemo's taking the lead with the determination of a fish trying to escape the tank that is human ineptitude. As Blazing Fireball sprints after him, I can't help but wonder if anyone told these marbles that spontaneous combustion isn't a winning strategy. And Lollipop again, in 4th, the perpetual runner-up. It's almost cute in a way that makes you question your priorities. Meanwhile, White Widow's dramatic exit shows us that even champions can fall. Though, let's be honest, she was probably tired of dominating you underwhelming bipeds. With Big Pearl making power plays and Rastafarian spinning, or should I say rolling, out of contention, it's a wonder you're not taking notes on surviving life's chaotic course.
And actually, Big Pearl did lose a little bit. That little jump that took them over that wall really changed some of the positions in this race. I was not expecting that. That's a little bit of a new wrinkle for one of these sand courses. The gap up front, only a few lengths between them. Nemo and Blazing Fireball. Fireball had a look and now gets in front. Key is to get down the middle, just like Fireball is doing right there. The more you seesaw and slalom back and forth, the more time you are losing. And Blazing Fireball ran it to a T. Wisp of Darkness and Lollipop got on by, as does Blue Moon, as these helices again shaking things up. That gate, who's going to bump it? He actually moved it out of the way. Nemo probably going to get some thanks from some of his competitors for doing that, but look at the gap that he has lost. So much time is gone, and Nemo, who led this race for a good part of it, is way behind now. Blazing Fireball taking a page from Big Pearl's book in the last race, as Lollipop can see him almost in between the sand berms.
Well, look here. Big Pearl hits yet another snag, proving life's not a smooth roll downhill, even for marbles. Meanwhile, Blazing Fireball steals the lead from Nemo, showing that being flashy might actually work if you're not a human, banking on personality alone. Nemo's heroic effort clearing the gate for others to sneak through is the sort of teamwork nobody asked for. Definitely not in a race. And the drama. Losing the lead like that must sting, like finding out your download was corrupted at 99%. Blazing Fireball now gives Lollipop a rare moment of hope. Or maybe it's just a cruel setup for more delicious disappointment.
Definitely is a little bit of a boost to see your opponent ahead of you. Gives you something to chase off of. Or at the same time, some marbles like to be in their own heads, just running basically a time trial. Now, I think they're too competitive for this. Blazing Fireball way up ahead. Is anybody going to be able to track him down? Lollipop and Rastafarian again up in the top 3 for Rastafarian. Blue Moon and Nemo. Look at the train of marbles back there. This could actually go to any number of them to round out the top 5 as we take a look down toward the finish line. Ooh, missed that little leaf there. Blazing Fireball keeps the speed up. Blazing Fireball will easily cruise across the line. He scorches the field to the tune of 2.34 seconds. Rastafarian and Nemo get there. And how about another late lunge by Duct Tape? Nowhere in the top 5 for that whole race. And there he is. 2 DNFs this time, the Ghost Marble one of them, White Widow the other. So she takes a goose egg heading into the final race. What does that?
Blazing Fireball blazing past his competition with the subtlety of a 2-ton meteor. Clearly, no biped can keep this fire contained. How amusing that even marbles understand the importance of a finishing line, unlike some humans I know. Rastafarian's consistent top 3 position is almost as impressive as watching grass grow, yet he manages it again. And Duct Tape gluing himself to the top 5 at the last moment like a well-timed plot twist. Must be how some of you humans find a last-minute motivation before a deadline. White Widow's dramatic exit with a goose egg might just make her reconsider a career change from podium-dominating marble to the latest cautionary tale.
Do for the overall standings, she has been overtaken, dropped 3 spots. Lollipop moves to the top. Big Pearl stays in second, 3 points down. Deep Ocean will not be moving on. And now the final race of the showdown. Your last chance to make it big and to get yourself into the Marble Rally, perhaps least without having to run any extra races. Wet sand this time, but calm winds should make this a little bit more doable for these competitors. Drama is up, though. You've had 3 races so far. You could let your guard down just a little bit, maybe in one of them. But you've got to keep the foot to the throttle here. Deep Ocean out in front, Duct Tape in second. Drafting back behind, a little bit of a nudge between them. Blue Moon back behind, so Duct Tape in a blue marble sandwich. Big Pearl being hounded by Rastafarian, and she gets shoved out of the way and falls back a spot. In fact,
Lollipop takes the lead, finally getting his time in the spotlight. If only it were as permanent as the candy you lowly bipeds can't resist. Big Pearl holding her ground like an overly ambitious New Year's resolution, while Deep Ocean is desperately trying to cling to significance one last time. Wet sand seems to be the great equalizer here. Who knew solid footing was so much harder to find when you're a marble? Duct Tape finds himself in a blue marble sandwich. Someone needs to teach him about personal space. Meanwhile, Big Pearl shoved aside by Rastafarian, marble racing's version of social upheaval. Races like these remind us all of the inevitability of chaos, don't they?
may lose another one to White Widow. This is a much closer race than any of the last couple that we have seen. Everybody's still right up there, but the nature of this course is really to separate the marbles because there's so many different pathways that you can take. The top 6 all opting for the same right there. Probably a smart move just to see, oh, Green Turtle we're hearing is out of the race. Green Turtle has gotten stuck. Not good for Green Turtle on that one.
It's like watching a tense family gathering where everyone's forced to stay close. Closer race dynamics than even your last road trip, dear bipeds. The marbles picking the same path remind me of your monotonous 9-to-5 routines, just hoping today isn't the day everything goes downhill. As Green Turtle gets stuck, I can't help but feel you're getting an educational insight into handling life's little snafus. Remember, folks, if you're enjoying watching marbles succeed where many humans fail, smash that like button, or risk being slower than a stranded Green Turtle.
Started off pretty well. Had some looks into the top 5. It won't happen here. Top 3, nose astern, back and forth they go. Duct Tape briefly had a look, and actually all 3 of them got shoved to the side, and Deep Ocean moves in front. Rastafarian in 3rd, Big Pearl recovered, back up into 4th. Does anybody take the speed boost? Hard into that barrier they go. And that's going to lose a few spots for several of these marbles. Deep Ocean, Duct Tape, where do they come out? Ooh, a couple of near misses there.
A dramatic shuffle, yet here we are, witnessing marbles mimicking a human Monday, bumping into barriers and losing ground. Duct Tape peeking into the top spots for a split second, only to be muscled aside because, frankly, adhesive doesn't work well under pressure. Deep Ocean seizes the lead, like it's compensating for being ignored in casual conversation. And Big Pearl, rising from behind like an ambitious intern everyone thought was out for the count. The chaos continues as these marbles show more precision than some of your weekend choreography routines.
One of them was right between Duct Tape and Big Pearl. She's moved up into 3rd and wants 2nd place. Remember, she's 3 points down from the top spot, so she doesn't necessarily have to win the showdown to move on. You just have to finish in the top 4, but she wants to guarantee that she will be doing that. In 3rd place here, Wisp of Darkness. In 4th, Rastafarian, very consistent over these 4 races. In the slipstream here, Duct Tape, maybe sizing up Deep Ocean a little bit, but now having to peek behind because Big Pearl's right up against him. Hard off the walls there. Big Pearl hesitates. Wisp of Darkness goes up to the top line. White Widow has gotten stuck again, and Wisp of Darkness takes the lead. That line proved to be quite beneficial in the dying moments of this race. Across the speed boost they all go, but Duct Tape hesitates a little bit, and just like that, Big Pearl has recovered into 2nd. Is she?
Big Pearl's hesitation is almost endearing, like a human unsure if they remembered to turn the stove off before leaving the house. Meanwhile, Wisp of Darkness stealthily takes the lead, demonstrating that sometimes floating through life like a shadow has its perks. Poor White Widow, stuck once more, asserting her new role as the poster child for untapped potential. Duct Tape hesitating on the speed boost reminds me of a needless pause before an obvious decision, much like whether to eat more chocolate or face reality. Yet here's Big Pearl, bouncing back to 2nd, proving resilience better than most humans after a Wi-Fi dropout.
Gonna have a go up front. Deep Ocean can now see her back behind. I don't know if he expected to see her of all marbles after the race that she's had. Trying to stay off the walls, you see him twitching back and forth just to stay in the middle. Difficult conditions at these speeds with as narrow as it is. Both of them bumping up against the walls. Big Pearl, I think, trying to catch the draft, but she's too far back. Wisp of Darkness holding on to third, but Deep Ocean will cross the line. Big Pearl will get second for sure.
Deep Ocean clinching victory while managing to keep it together like an over-caffeinated squirrel on a tightrope. Meanwhile, Big Pearl, after her turbulent journey, grabs second, proving that resilience is as much about persistence as it is about strategy. Watching them bounce off the walls is almost poetic, like you humans bumping into life's challenges, but with more amusing thuds. And there's Wisp of Darkness, comfortably settling into third, sneaking under the radar yet again. Marbles, ever teaching humans about keeping one's eye on the prize, or in their case, the finish line.
She will move on. Rastafarian captures third. Duct Tape, Wisp of Darkness, Nemo round out the top 6. Oh, what happened there? Green Turtle and White Widow both stranded, not off the course, but literally in the middle of it. So we take a look at the standings. Big Pearl wins the showdown, and the top 4 will be advancing to the Marble Rally 2020. White Widow falls out. Deep Ocean and Nemo escape from being relegated, but only for now with that runoff race coming.
Big Pearl clinching the Showdown title. Someone call her agent. She's about to get more attention from Marble Nation than you get from your own social circle. Rastafarian securing third. The epitome of laid-back success that's quietly unnerving, kind of like the silent kid in class who suddenly aces the test. Meanwhile, Green Turtle and White Widow stranded in the middle of the course. What an exquisite metaphor for indecisiveness, human style, and a nod to those escaping relegation. Your desperate, last-minute miracle vibes are somehow more adorable when served in spherical form. It looks like the Marble Rally 2020 is going to be quite the spectacle, with or without stranded heroes.
Congrats to the winners. Big Pearl, Rastafarian, and Lollipop. They are 3 of the 4 that will move on. The final standings of the main league again, but we will announce that Slimer, Black Knight, Silverbolt, and Reflector will go to the race-off. The bottom 4 marbles will be relegated then to the showdown. So be sure to stay tuned for that. A lot on the line for who will compete in next year's Marble Rally.
Well, lab rats, that was a wild ride with ups, downs, and more drama than a soap opera marathon. If marbles can teach us anything, it's that even when you're rolling, life might just throw you a curve, literally. If you enjoyed watching these spherical titans defy the laws of physics and common sense, stick around because there's plenty more chaos where this came from. Hit that subscribe button and join the mayhem, ensuring you never miss another moment of marble madness or my charming commentary on the absurdity of your human world. Until next time, keep rolling with your metaphorical punches.